Hello and welcome to another episode of Minimize Regret. In this episode, I want to speak about what is probably one of the more obvious things in terms of ways that you could become regretful of your life or your life situation, and that is living your life for other people or trying to please other people with your life. Because, one, not only are you probably more likely to be unhappy with your own life, you're probably going to end up resenting the person who probably likes you and cares about you. No matter how self aware you are, if you're unhappy with your life is and you think it's at least impartially due to someone else's influence, it's hard not to feel resentful for that. This is probably most applicable in the case of parents, but I'm sure it could also be in the case of siblings or significant others where you start to live a life that you don't really want. And so I think it's really important to be upfront and honest and be selfish in the sense that you really have to look out for yourself first because no one else is going to be able to care for you as well as you can care for yourself, and no one's going to know as much about you as you know about yourself. And so it's important to put yourself first in that regard. So this is specifically applicable to me, in the case that I got a degree in accounting. And the reason I got a degree in accounting was specifically to get a job. Now, obviously, there's lots of other ways to get a job, but I just felt like it was a guaranteed job, and so therefore it was what I was supposed to do. And quite honestly, I spent a lot of time that I don't really think was well worth it getting this degree that I didn't really care about. So I didn't retain as much information or really care about getting the degree, and so I didn't get the utmost value out of it. I did it because I thought it was what I was supposed to do. That was actually quite a tongue twister. But anyway, if I had been more honest with myself and more willing to communicate with the people who wanted the best for me, I'm sure it would have improved my relationship with my parents. And I also would have been happier if I had just been a bit more honest with myself about what I wanted and communicated with that to people who wanted the best for me but did have certain expectations of me, which is totally normal. But the funny thing is like if you are willing to communicate, probably the person who has certain expectations for you may change their expectations or at the very least be understanding and realize that you're doing you and they will probably support you in that. So I do think this is kind of one things where people get in their own head and they try to, it may not even be like an explicit thing, but they're trying to live out what they imagine other people want for them. And I do really think that is not the way to go about life. And I think that pretty much guarantees at least some amount of regret in your life. So, yeah, that's all I got for this video, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Peace.